It's just the last question I remember always prompted one misconception, which is that the 4 circles are 4 different phases a person goes through. Actually, no, that is not. All 4 circles are running and responding at the same time. The form and mind, So just want to point that out.
Very good. You see, a better way to understand it, because the person who asked the question, you realize the question is very logical, right? I know, linear question, but it's very logical, right? Because you know why? He thought this one is him. He thought this one can fall back. Because he said, from here, it fall back. That doesn't sound right, isn't it? Enlightened already can go back. Yeah, because the delusion, the scarcity, he still think of a personality, an unchanging personality or anything. Like Suino is linear, understand? Linear means what? You have to have a form and mind only, this one come, understand not? Through the karmic nature, the karmic process. Then when this one come, the form and mind, you must know how to meditate to locate this one. This one is unborn, understand not? Primordial, all the time there. How can this one fall back? Understand not? That's why when you don't understand, that's why I said this one is a nature. It's not a being, understand not? And from this nature, all things arise, understand now? We have all the mundane thinking, psychological time. That's why we live in a universe that is very, very unique. Because of consciousness, all the universe can become so immense. Because from consciousness it arises. So this is the beginning of creation. But like the Buddha said, please don't try to find out the answer. He said, inconceivable is the beginning of the first thought of ignorance that condition you all the way to become what you are, so sophisticated. Because unless you are Sammasambuddha, you cannot understand. But that one is not you, no. Initially, you read the Surangama Sutta, is mentioned, but not easy to understand. Initially, from this one, actually nothing happened. But because this one, the first thing to come out is this, so this one started the first pure, what they call consciousness, but with a little bit of delusion, means like tinted, understand? They call it there is a word they use, I forgot already. When I remember, I tell you. So that one is the first one, still pure, understand? Then it continue to condition until it is strong enough to create a form. Then the form trigger of the 5 aggregate of form and mind. Then you become the traveler in space and time. And all this happen, every of these living being, you got billions and billions of all this so-called segmented life that you have come through the karmic process. You have to trace back to the first one now, of how it started now. You think without being a Sammasambuddha, you can understand that. That's why he said, don't go and think about it. He said, inconceivable is the beginning of that first thought. I remember. Primordial darkness. You know what primordial darkness? This is the primordial original. Then suddenly it stirred. Understand? Then there is a little bit of darkness. Understand? No longer that pure consciousness, because a little bit of content went in, which could be nature's movement. And then from there, it started the process. Understand? Until this thing, primordial darkness, slowly evolve and become sophisticated enough or complex enough to form a form and mind. Understand? And then the form and mind start. Then through the thought, which is energy, they created the form. Understand? That's an external form, like Einstein came out with this formula. E equals mc squared. C is the speed of light. Yeah? So these mass are trapped energy, understand? Whatever your mass, square the speed of light. Speed of light is a very big figure, no? 186,000 miles per second, no? And square of that, no? That figure is very big. That's why all this explain to you that this is form, understand? Oh, sorry, this is energy. Energy comes from what? Mass times the c square. So from energy, it can crystallize into mass, understand? That's why the planet, the star system, all those things with the nuclear reaction, all. Basically, it's energy, understand? Then when the star create the, what they call nuclear reaction from the star internal, it send out very powerful, what they call rays and traces of element, understand? And this is the one that actually went into space. And when it went into space, it collects somewhere. That's why it slowly snowball and form planets. That's how planets come about. Then planet, they get drawn by the sun. That's why they evolve around the sun. But the sun itself also evolved around a bigger system, Milky Way and all those things. Now the scientists know from what they see in the Hubble telescope, and now it's a more powerful one. Now it's what? Webb, James Webb. Then later, I think within a year or two, China got one bigger one. Very big one. So all this can observe, no? Although they are not the true mind, but they can observe, you know why? It's very far away, you know. And this telescope is like the true mind, the host. From here, he didn't do anything. No? He observed and received all the sense data. No? Then he processed it through the computer. No? Then they know where got black hole, where don't have black hole, and how all this movement. No? It seems they say our Milky Way is being drawn into a very, very far, very dense star system. They call it the Andromeda or what, I forgot the name. So all these things come about because of initially consciousness. Consciousness as energy, understand? But the world's problem is when it becomes the form and mind through delusion, through the karmic process, it continues to make that thing more and more sophisticated. No? Then when they become living being, like take for example our human being, okay? Human being. We develop what they call brain, understand? Brain activity. Then we develop knowledge. Then we study how this nature's law within the existential world has its own physics, chemistry, biology. That's why the Uttu Niyama, the Bija Niyama, the nature's law that governs life and existence are the physical law of nature, scientific law. Uttu Niyama means the physical law that governs all physical things. Bija Niyama is biological law that governs all of biological things, things that have life, cells, and all those things. So now you can understand. Then from there, they study, because the brain can start, we all go through, we know, they come out with university, research, then all the, what they call, paper, then they share information, then they start to understand how all this universe come about. So they use thought, they use science and technology. Then from there, they realize the more they probe, the more they know, the more they don't know. Because they cannot get the answer right. Every time something missing, every time something missing. The reason being, the scientists only use this to probe, understand? The thought. They don't know how to meditate to go here. And this is where the missing link is. Because this one is very powerful, understand? This one is the one that is creating all this. That's why they now talk about dark energy, cannot see. Then this dark energy within the universe is a very big portion of the totality of what they can observe. That's why they cannot understand how come, because they have a way to work out now. For the universe to expand at this rate, which they can see and they can calculate, you need a lot of mass and matter to generate this movement. No? But what they can see, observable one, is about 20 or 25%. Right? About 75% cannot be observed. So they say cannot be observed means what? Dark matter. Actually, all the black holes are like dark matter. But light also cannot come out, understand? But it will take them a long, long time until human beings know how to meditate and go in here. Understand? Then return to here. Then you know the missing link is the pure awareness nature. This one, together with the understanding of the mundane mind, how all this more, then you can come out with better understanding. But you ask the scientists to meditate and go here, very little chance. Understand? But there may be some who come as bodhisattva, they want to probe this and help mankind, humanity. Then they come. Like, why my nature wants to be an engineer? So that I can understand all this. That's why, for me, the world is the world. Condition like that, things will like that. So it will evolve. Let it evolve. That's why I say the totality of consciousness, they will move. Then there is a famous saying, one is all is one. You heard of it? You know how to explain it? Okay, I give you an example, Emily. All of you all, every segment of us, we are just one human being. No? Understand? Let's say, don't quote me. You quote the Puthujjana, not enlightened. Not even Kayamita. They may think that they are very insignificant. No? They don't know how to meditate, they don't know the Dhamma. So, like, they are very insignificant. No? Because every time form and mind, the karmic process keep on coming. Then they think insignificant. No? But do you know this universe is what it is because of that guy. Understand? If that guy don't exist, a lot of things he interact with cannot happen now. Then the world or the universe will not be what it is today. No? And there is only this life. No? All his previous life, he entangled how many? Although one guy. Understand? And the universe is so immense. No? Even our planet, we got 8 over million. And this is only human being. No? What about non-human? What about animals and all those things? That's why the universe is very immense. Unless you go the Bodhisattva way, you cannot comprehend all this one. But if you go this way and you develop the understanding, then you will know. One is all is one. But each and every of these conditions are the causes and conditions for the evolution and the movement to be what it is. Understand? Any of these you take out, gone already. No more already. Like Malaysia, you take out one of the Prime Minister, Malaysia will not be what it is today. Understand? Actually, no need to take out one Prime Minister. You take out all those who do nonsense one, Malaysia will be very different. So, when you have the understanding, then you will know why the teaching is like that. If you use your logical mundane mind, cannot understand one. How can one is all is one? You cannot get the answer. But you have gone through this understanding, cultivation, then you understand. He said interdependent. No, interbeing is actually based on interdependent. Interdependent means everything is interdependent. It's another word for dependent originating. Never mind, not important. Understand? Because he may use word that he understands, but you all interpret it differently. Because he has this, what they call sharing at that time. Because at that time, he was very popular, very famous, in the early days. Then he stayed in, I think, Europe. Yeah. Then a lot of even Malaysian Buddhists, they got his book. Yeah. You use the word interbeing, maybe that book, right, interbeing. But what he's trying to explain to you is interdependent. Understand? Everything is dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of law. Everything is linked and connected. Yeah. So if he say interbeing means it link only the beings. Understand? You understand? Then what about the universe that are not living beings? You cannot link. Understand? Interdependent means everything, like the Buddha said, whatever arises, they are causes and conditions. They are all dependent, originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. Where this is a existential world, condition arising world. Okay? So this understanding is very important. But this word is very powerful. Condition world, existential world. That's why Diamond Sutra says, 一切有为法. Everything within that condition world or existential world is conditioned Dhamma. Understand? Dependent originating, condition arising, causal phenomena. So when you understand this, then you will straight away have the profound understanding that whatever thing happen at any one time, the condition, causes and conditions already set, thing has to move that direction. Understand? That is the reality. When you penetrate that, you penetrate the Buddha's teaching. Then you can come to terms with the reality. Then, like Sui realized, just now he said, everyone perceives differently, understand? All the beings perceive differently. So your own apparent reality, understand? But the truth is, there is only one reality, understand? The nature's law that governs life existence. This is the only truth, the only reality. That's why this one is suchness. This is the reality. Ta. Understand? Thing is just the way it is. Not your perception or your apparent view or concept of what this thing is. If you want things your way, which is not in accordance with nature's laws manifestation, then you suffer. Understand? So your apparent reality is whole life make you busong. Understand? But that is your apparent reality. Then you got all the duality, the idea, your views and opinion, your so-called moral principles. Understand? Then you also have your own, what they call tradition. They say you must be patriotic. Understand? You must be obedient. All these are concept and idea introduced by the thought process. Understand? But the reality is, what is flowing and moving at any one time is due to causes and conditions. That's it. And if that one you cannot accept, you will suffer. You want things your way, which cannot be allowed by nature's movement. Understand? So always remember, you are just one minute fellow. Your opinion is not important. Understand? Your opinion creates your own suffering, but it's not the truth. Understand? But when you awaken, when you understand this law, then you can, like the Buddha, think is just the way it is. Understand? Condition like that, things will like, and then the acceptance become very easy. But living being different, no, they use the thought, no. Everything also accept, men chou ming kia. Understand? They will tell you like that. That fellow already make me so miserable. You say accept him for what he is. Because they don't listen properly. That's why I say don't quote me. When I say accept means understand the real condition behind. Because this existential world is like that. Condition like that, things will like. If you don't accept, you suffer. Because the universal characteristic is impermanent. Because it's impermanent, it's not a permanent, unchanging entity. Then all this follow the Pancha Niyama. You wanting your way, there is scarcity. Understand now? The ego that want, because there is craving. You are selfish. So all your thought activity is based on that scarcity that wants to have benefit, advantage, and based on your ideal. Understand now? Your ideology, your views, your opinion, your conditioning, your beliefs. And from here you act. And this is all in your brain. Understand now? To me, it's rubbish. Understand now? Because this one is thought, knowledge, cannot have wisdom. So, hopefully more and more clear. Understand?